Hi everybody, welcome to Appa's Kitchen. Today I'm going to make a quick and easy meal. This is one of my go-to meals. I make this when I travel and I'm not sure about ingredients when I go to the supermarket. I make it on a Friday night when I've been working all week and I'm exhausted and I don't know what else to make because I always have these ingredients in my house. So let's take a look. I'll show you what I have. I'm going to prep it and just throw it together. It'll take about maybe 15 minutes for the whole thing to come together. Okay, so here are the ingredients. Pasta. My favorite pasta brand is Di Cecco. Why is it blurred? This is Penne. Let's see, it's going to take 10 minutes to cook al dente. So 10 minutes plus the time takes for the water to boil. So it'll be maybe 12, 13 minutes for the whole thing to come together. I have garlic. I'm not going to use this much garlic, but that's what I have. I have a can of tuna fish. This is just white tuna in water from Trader Joe's. I have some cherry tomatoes. All right, I'm just going to put a few of those in. I have some anchovies because I made some pasta last week and I didn't use all the anchovies. I have some capers, also from Trader Joe's, and some green olives with pimentos. I don't know why everything is all blurry here. All right, so some green Spanish olives. Okay, so I'm gonna chop everything up, start my water, and then show you how it all comes together. All right, so we're over at the stove now. I have all of my ingredients ready. I chopped 2 cloves of garlic, a handful of cherry tomatoes, some olives, some green olives, and the capers. I chopped the olives. I have my tuna ready. And then in the pan, I have a couple of anchovies with some olive oil. I'm gonna turn my pan on to medium high. And the anchovies are going to just kind of dissolve. Turn my pasta water on, get that going. And then I can throw the garlic in with the anchovies and get this going. Okay, the anchovies have started to dissolve. So normally I don't use anchovies in this recipe, if you want to call it a recipe. But I happen to have some anchovies and they'll give it a nice salty, add a little bit of depth to the flavor. I don't use a lot of salt when I'm cooking, so this is just a good way to add a little bit of extra salt to the dish. But if you don't have anchovies, if you don't like anchovies, you don't need to use them. All right, I don't want my garlic to burn, so I turn down the heat a little bit. Just gonna let that garlic get a little bit soft before I start throwing everything else in. I'm gonna throw in some red pepper flakes just for a little bit of heat. Okay, and then the olives and capers. Oh, it smells so good. Tuna. and the cherry tomatoes. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to let this cook on kind of a medium-low heat. I don't want anything to burn. Just let it simmer. The tomatoes will release some juice. Flavors are all going to come together. And then I'm going to throw in some pasta water once my pasta gets going, and then mix it all together. So I'm still waiting for the water to come to a boil. And then once the pasta starts cooking, it'll be about 10 minutes until it's time for lunch. All right, so my pasta has been cooking for about 6 minutes now. And you can see that this is really dry. So we need to add some pasta water to make a little bit of a sauce. So I'm just going to start with a few ladles of pasta water. And then let that thicken up. Growing up, we never used pasta water. I don't know why. And sometimes, some people will rinse their pasta. I don't know why you want to do that. So I guess the thinking was that the starch was bad, but I'm gonna say that I guess we figured out that that wasn't the case. All right, so this is looking good. It tastes great. I've already tasted it. Doesn't need any extra seasoning. It has a nice kick from the red pepper and saltiness from the capers, the olives, the anchovies, and the tuna tastes great. So just gonna let that simmer for a little bit. I might need to hit it with a little bit more pasta water in a little bit. And of course, reserve the pasta water at the end, because when you put the pasta in, you might want it a little bit more liquid. But it's looking pretty good right now. I don't want it too runny. All right, so we're gonna come back in about 4 minutes, let this simmer, and add the pasta. Okay, we are down to 1 minute until the pasta's done. I might want to add a little bit more pasta water. I'm just going to give it a taste, see how we're doing. Perfect. Doesn't need anything. Turning my water off, and the pasta is now down to 20 seconds. I'm going to transfer it. And now I can see that it's a little bit dry. There's a lot of pasta here. So I'm going to add some more pasta water. Turn my timer off. All right, that should be good. Just let this cook for a second. I hope you didn't see that I just had some flying penne. Turn it up just a smidge. It's looking really good. I'm going to finish it off with some fresh basil and some black pepper. And there it is. Penne. Jeez, I have penne flying all over the place. Penne with tuna. Capers, olives, tomatoes, a little anchovies. Put whatever you want in it. The basic thing is the tuna. If you have white wine, you can add some white wine. If you don't like anchovies, skip the anchovies. All right, I'm going to give it a little taste. And then get ready for lunch. So good. Delicious. Okay, that's it. Give it a try. Let me know how you do. And see you next time. Bye.